Tottenham, though, moved level on points with City yesterday. They beat Everton 2-0, their 8th successive home league win. Jonathan, I know you were there. I'll come to you in just a second. But Darren, Spurs now just a point behind Arsenal, the leaders. Best start to a season since 1963.
Yeah, I want to show you one of the papers that dares to mention the T word. I was laughing with Jonathan.
To dream, Darren.
No, absolutely. But that's why you bring Conte into your football club, because he knows how to win the league. He's done it in Italy. He's done it with he's done it here in England with Chelsea. And he's a guy who likes to come from off the pace and defy expectations. That's why when people scoff and they say Tottenham title, no chance. But this is a guy who likes to shatter those disbelievers, if you like. And they haven't been so far particularly pretty to watch, but they've been getting the job done. In the Telegraph, they talk about, it's Jeremy Wilson's piece, there it is on the screen there, Jeremy Wilson talking about, well, there's a headline, Conte can celebrate Tottenham lurking in race for the title. Now, for many people, it's a one-horse race. City are out there, they're scoring goals, they're breaking records, it's going to be fine, as far as they're concerned. But I think as far as Spurs are concerned, they want to hang on to the coattails of the top two. And with that forward line they have every chance of doing that. One very quick thing, when he was at Chelsea, he started out with a formation that he had to change in that first few games after they were beaten 3-0 by Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. The system he changed to, he went undefeated for most of the season and went on to win the title by street. He's had to change to a 3-5-2 now, which seems to work better. And certainly when Richarlison went off, and I'm sure you can give more colour to this, Bissouma came into midfield, and they looked a lot more comfortable yesterday.
They did, and that's Conte's contribution to this, his tactical sort of nous. But they had an extra man in midfield so they could match up with Everton, and it also it brought Perisic up the pitch, and he could do more of his work in the opposition box. It seemed to make a bit more sense, and I think the one negative for Spurs yesterday was that Son again looked a shadow of what we know he can be, and it did make me wonder whether the future might be Richarlison and Kane up front for a while with that extra man in midfield. But the way Conte sees the game is essential, and he'll know all this and see all this. He really raved about Bissouma's performance yesterday, and that was telling. You know, he says he's finally realised he's at a big club and he's up to speed.
Johnny, you know, when we talk about Tottenham and the title, is it a pipe dream? Where do you see where they're at, given that, like I say, when he joined Juventus, I think they were 9th in Serie A, and they hadn't won the league for years, and he went on to win it, and Chelsea were...
And at Chelsea, as you say, they started quite slowly at Chelsea, and they just kept going and kept going. And I think Spurs are like that guy in the middle distance race under Conte. They don't have the world record pace, but if the two in front of them or the ones in front of them tank or slip up, they're just going to keep going. And we've seen that already, that they've got this record-breaking start, best in 60 years. But you wouldn't say they've played particularly well, but that's the Conte effect. They did it again yesterday. They were better than they had been recently, but they weren't amazing. And I think they are going to set a level, a standard, that if something happens to Haaland, if Arsenal fall away, they'll be there. So I'd say you can dream a tiny, tiny, tiny bit.